being a competent judge of character and reading people's intentions could actually save your life one day. And that is why it's critical that you watch this video and take note of certain things that I'm going to say. When you're growing up, you don't really think too much into why people are spending time with you. Normally, when you're young, you're going out, you're having a good time, and everyone's really just surrounded by the same types of people, just young people out trying to have fun. As you get older, people start to either latch onto you as a positive top drawer man who's going places in life, or they're around you for the wrong reasons. And you need to know exactly what people have your back and what people don't, because surrounding yourself with the wrong people could actually get you killed. Literally, some people do not care. They don't have your best interests at heart. And if you can't read the room and you can't read people's actual true intentions of why they're spending time with you, and that potentially could end up with you in a negative situation. Somebody once told me that everybody is always on trial. And I live by this. No matter how close they are as a friend or family or anything, everyone's always on trial. You always have to be open-minded to the fact that somebody could fuck you over, right? And now, it shouldn't always be the case that you're always assuming that that's going to happen, because you don't want to attract negative things into your life. But you just have to never be closed-minded enough to think that something will never happen. Like, my girl will never cheat on me. My best friend won't ever fuck me over. Like, there's so many different situations to where it's happened that many times in different people's lives, to the point where you know that it's possible that those things might happen one day. One of the best ways that you can judge someone's character is by sensing energy. If you've ever walked into the room and felt somebody's presence or energy, that is an example of where you can judge someone instantly without even speaking to them. If you get a negative vibe from someone, that is your instinct and your body telling you that this person has disingenuine intentions. Now, depending on how good you are at doing this, you might get it wrong and you might get it right. So you have to obviously practice and stay in tune with your own feelings and listen to what your body's telling you. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, your body can sense it. It's a natural human instinct based off survival. But it actually taps into the fight or flight system, the body's natural instinct and reaction to being in certain instances or presences of different people. So, for example, if you walk into a room and you sense somebody has negative energy, that's not a joke. That's your body literally telling you that this person might have disingenuine intentions. You'll be able to pick up on their frequency and vibrations with your own senses, and being in tune with your own body and understanding and reading people's intentions through their energy is going to be vital to not only survival, because it's a basic instinct, but also control and having better people around you. If you're having a relationship with someone that's a negative person, low frequency, low vibrations, no positive vibes, that is going to have a negative impact on your own character and your own development as a person. It will literally drag you down. And you need to be able to sense this early on so that you don't end up wasting a lot of time on the wrong types of people. And the same goes with business relationships, same goes with friendships, same goes with family members. There will be lots of people that come into your life with low energy, low vibrations, and it will drag you down and hold you back. And this is why this video is so important, because I think a lot of people are very bad judges of character. They can't read people's intentions. There's too many people out there that are too nice, and people will ultimately take your kindness for weakness. If you're pushed into a dark corner and someone's got low energy and low vibrations, they're not going to back you. The people that are positive, the people that have your back, and the people that are truly vibrating on the same wavelength of you could ultimately save your life if necessary, or if you put in a situation where it's needed. Whereas the people that are negative will attract negative things into their own life, and those negative things that are coming into their own life could end up being pushed upon you, and that's where it could get you killed. So although it might sound extreme, there's so many different situations and scenarios I've seen over the past 10, 15 years of my life, going from adolescence into early adulthood, that I've seen time and time again. And I've luckily been able to adapt within my own character to only spend time and recognize people with pure intentions. And those people that do have pure intentions, you need to keep very close to you, because those people are so hard to come by, and they're going to have such a good impact on your life, that you need to look after them just in the same way that their pure intentions look after you. Other good examples of good energy would be TDM. TDM is something we've built around good energy, good teamwork, and good people. And the only way we've been able to do that is by attracting positive people from having positive vibrations. If you're a positive individual, you'll naturally notice that positive things tend to happen in your life. If you're a hypochondriac, that shows you the true power of your own mind that can essentially manifest situations and problems with health onto your own body that aren't actually there or real. You can experience symptoms within your own body that don't actually exist just because your mind is so powerful enough for your body to actually replicate those same symptoms and make you feel that they're real. That's a great example of how the energy and the thoughts that you have within your own mind can impact your actual own body to the point where you can actually fuck your own health up. The people we bring into TDM are only positive individuals. If there's any type of negative vibe or anything that disrupts the teamwork and the integrity of everyone that there is under that one roof, then they are essentially gone. We don't even think twice, because having one bad apple that spoils the barrel can really fuck everything up. So you got to be very careful about who you invite into your life. If you invite negative chaos into your life, you can expect chaos and bad problems to happen. Whereas if you invite good people into your life, you can expect good things to happen and new opportunities to present themselves. From my personal experience, the best way to be a good judge of character and to read people's intentions is to be in lots of different life situations. Now that comes with experience, that comes with age, that comes with practice. But if you can meet lots of people, work lots of jobs, travel the world and be in different situations time and time again, you will start to learn the repetition of negative situations and positive situations. And the more situations you're in that are both positive and negative, it will help you learn different types of people and different patterns. Because reading people's energy and seeing disingenuine intentions before they actually happen, that can become pattern recognition, and you can start to see certain traits and certain tells in people's personalities that allow you to judge a situation and to read a situation before it actually happens. You can almost become someone that can read and see the future based on certain things that have happened before, and if you've experienced that 100 or 1,000 times over, you can actually see what is coming. Whereas most people are blind. Look, most people are staring at the ground, they're walking down the street, head in the ground, they don't really pay attention, they don't look up and evaluate the world and actually look and be conscious. I think just being conscious and being present in the world will help you read not only the world and the environment better, but you will start to see things before they happen. You can watch the way someone walks. I'm constantly analyzing when I'm walking down the street. I'm looking at who's ahead of me, who's behind me. Has that person been following me? Is he looking at me in a certain type of way? Do we make eye contact? What's he got in his hand? What's he got in his pocket? What's he got in his bag? Like, I'm constantly looking and evaluating everything, because at the end of the day, we're living in a society in the West where your life can be in danger just walking down the street in London. There's people literally out there carrying blades, carrying tools, carrying guns, and you need to be prepared for something bad to happen. And if something bad happens, you got to be ready. You got to almost have a plan in your mind and have been able to kind of see this situation unfold before it actually happens. Most people in life are reactive. A situation happens and they react. And the problem with that is you typically react out of emotion. 9 times out of 10, most men act out of emotion. Whereas if you're proactive and you've already been reading the situation, reading the room, reading the people around you, reading the environment, you can be proactive. You already got a plan. You've already thought about, okay, well, if this guy pulls out this gun or this guy pulls out this knife in front of me and this guy's moving in this way and that's what I'm going to do, that's where I'm going to go. You can be proactive to the point where you've already got a plan in your mind. Being a good judge of character in those situations could potentially save your life. There's many people out there that have been unfortunate and have died in situations to where it could have naturally been avoided by just being present around their surroundings. And what we call this is situational awareness. You need to be aware of your surroundings at all times. When you're driving down the road, we cover situational awareness in the Top Drawer Man course. Even simple things like driving home from work. If you're a top drawer man, you're driving a nice car, you're wearing a nice watch, you're wearing a nice suit, people are gonna be jealous of you. And ultimately, you have to pay attention to who's around you and who's in your life. If you're not driving down the road and checking who's behind you and see if a car's following you, how do you know that you're not gonna pull up at your house, someone's gonna follow you in and potentially jump you? You don't know that. Same with walking to a car park late at night. Some people listen to headphones, listening to music at night, walking around as if they don't have a care in the world. But the problem is those are the types of people that get themselves into negative situations to where then it becomes a problem. And things like these videos could have potentially saved them or helped them out. So although it's a negative thing to talk about these things, I think it's so important for young men as individuals to be present and more aware of their surroundings. So we've talked about energy, we've talked about body language and understanding the way people are acting and moving. But what we haven't talked about is communication. The way that someone communicates is often a true reflection of what their intentions are. And people will usually give themselves away before, again, they actually cause something that's going to make you react. The last thing you want to happen is to have a friend, they fuck you over or do something that pisses you off, and then you get to a point where you react out of emotion. Most men, like I said before, will act out of emotion and do something stupid to the point that will then lead them or bring them down to that person's level. And the problem with that is that's not going to solve your problem. Really, you should have seen it coming. You should have been a better judge of character, and you should have seen the tells before that led that person to that decision. If you can be better at asking certain questions that might give answers to the things that you're unsure about, then you're gonna know and have a better informed perspective at that person's next move. And you're treating everyone with the pure intentions that you have for them, but not everyone has those same pure intentions. Some people are actually trying to find an angle on you, whether that's to make money, whether that's because they wanna steal your girlfriend, whether that's because they see that you've got something that they don't. A lot of people have a lot of jealousy, and you might have a lot of things that that person might want. And although that you might think that they're your friend, they're probably actually not. And you have to be prepared for these people to turn on you when you least expect it. And that's why being a better judge of character is going to save you a lot of wasted time on the wrong type of people. Let's say you made a new friend on holiday, you're going out, you're drinking together, they're asking you different questions, they're trying to work you out. You just think that they've got your best interests at heart. And let's say you rent a car together. I've seen this actual same situation happen before. You've rented a car with this guy that you've met, you spent some time with, you both drive in the car, you go into the gas station because you put some fuel in the car. He's then in the car waiting and he drives off. Let's say he crashes the car, fucked you over, your deposit was down in the car, maybe your name was, he was just a name driver, and now you're stuck and this car's gone and you're in a different country. And really, instead of being a good judge of character and thinking, you know what, I haven't put this person on trial enough yet, they haven't been in my life long enough for me to be able to actually trust them, you're gonna end up in these types of situations. We mentor lots of different people for not only business, but because they don't understand how to read people. And I think this is directly correlated with business, because if you're going into business with people, you need to know exactly who this person is. How do they act around girls? How do they act around money? Like, how do they act around their own family? What type of person are they? Because as you grow with this person in a business, you're going to end up in so many different situations that you might not have even experienced with this person. So the more situations you can be in with these people, the better you are going to understanding how future situations are going to pan out. Just take this on board, take the advice, spend more time with people, read more people, practice being in different situations and trying to read people's true intentions in order to get a more educated experience. So if you're young and you're trying to learn how to read people's intentions for the first time, or maybe you're older and you've been fucked over and you're watching this because you want to become a better judge of character, you need to remember the three things we talked about here. Being great at reading people's energy and understanding what kind of frequency and vibration they're moving in. 2 is going to be their body language and mannerisms. And then 3 is going to be their speech and the things that they're saying. Pay attention to all these 3 things. All these 3 things will help you really, really understand who this person is. If you're a positive person that communicates with people in a friendly way, with good morals, good ethics, good mannerisms, and then you also have a great positive energy to be around, then the chances are most people are going to like spending time with you. And those are the same types of individuals you're going to want to experience within your own life. Now, for anybody watching this video that's unsure about somebody else in their life and they want a different perspective, send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram's Cameron J. McCurdy. Could be a family member, could be a girlfriend, could be any kind of relationship or friendship. Just send me a message, tell me the exact situation, and I'll be happy to help you.